I'm sure some people will be very tired of hearing first female children, first female children, first female
But
children.
trust
But
me,
the truth is, you people don't know what's going on in that space. You don't know how our brains have been wired in such a way that it's so hard for us to even ask for support. Right?
hi guys, welcome back to our Empowered Women. I know it's been a minute, but it's life. Just been here and there, but we are back again for you guys. And
Mm-hmm.
you know by now, you should know by now that I would always have Victoria here with me. Victoria, say hi. So
Hi.
Victoria, what have you really been up to in recent times? I mean, since we took a brief break from this.
Hmm. Well, I've been here and there, and I've actually just been thinking about the next best way to make money and to also do things that would work for me, and I know that I would have something to hold on to as my own right. And so, in the space of work that I do, I've actually been opportune to be open to some level of things that have got me thinking as to how we can make tasks easier, tasks that we do on a normal day easier, so that we can make our lives easier and we can reduce body pain, right? Physical pain, basically. So I am presenting to you a new community called the Is Our Middle Name Suffer. Now I know that that is when you hear it, you are wondering what the hell is happening, right? But basically, it's just a space that will be sharing tips on how to reduce body pain while carrying out different type of tasks in your daily life, right? So yeah, so that is a little project on the side that I have been working on. Check us out on Instagram at is our middle name Suffer or Soft Life Fixes Instagram. So it's something that's just been started, but small, small, small,
Actually, it
small.
grows. I mean,
We'll
it
push
always
it.
starts small
Mm.
before it gets big. Okay, so
What have you been doing?
what I've been doing, life have been treating me fair, so to
Okay.
say. I've been juggling between academics and
Yeah.
work, and that has been faithful, so to say.
Yeah.
But I mean, I want to believe I'll see this through. So that's
By
just
God's
it.
grace.
That's just me on one side. All right, to go back to what we're always here for, I mean, we
Mm-hmm.
bring to you again another conversation to much on, another gist, another talk, so to say, to much on. And today we are bringing something so relatable as always. You know, this space is all about things that you can relate with, and we are bringing it to you. And today we will just be, talking about the expectation, or so to say, the demand of being a girl child, growing up as a girl child, how it has molded you to be the kind of lady that you are now. We cannot shy away from the fact that the way a girl child and a male child, or so to say a boy child, is being brought up in
Very
an
different.
African home, most especially, is very, very different. And as much as sometimes we want to, like, oh, say we want to do like set an equilibrium in between this thing,
Yeah.
where I take it from instance, me for an instance, I used to be like, oh, when I grow up, when I have my child, I'll make sure my boy child does this and he does this with my girl child, this kind of thing. But in real sense, maybe unknowingly, there's just this bias that comes
Bias.
in
Yeah.
because there's this demand, or there's this expectation that is expected of a girl child later on in future, and this demands and this expectation like brings it down to the fact that you have to be brought up in a certain way so that the world makes sense for yourself,
Mm.
or you can be able to, like, come up to tasks when these things or this responsibility you are expected to take, when they come throwing at your face, you can like face them and you do well with them. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
Victoria, like,
I
what do you can you
I
just
hear.
say one or two about this?
Yes, so I hear a lot of, I've, mind you, maybe from movies I've watched or from things I've listened to. I've heard a lot of people talk about the fact that for a girl child, you have to work twice as hard, and that the community or the world has been created in such a way where you have to do too much. And then also for parents, now, I mean, there are parents today that, yes, they try as much as possible to make sure that their boy child does a lot of things and make sure that he's also hands down, right? And we really appreciate parents like that because coming from the past where we had boy children that all they think they can do is sit
Play
down
football.
and just do whatever while the woman has to suffer and then do everything. We're very grateful for this new parents
Improvement,
that
yeah,
we
of
have,
course.
yes. And but for the girl children, it's a lot, right? I mean, we've been brought up to kind, even though sometimes they may not even want to push it too much, but we're brought up with ideas that, oh, what happens when you get you have to do this one way so that when you get to your husband's house, when you get to, there's always the when you get to your husband's house, when you get to your husband's house, when you get to, what if I don't
Exactly.
want to go to husband's house?
I could remember one time there was a time where my mom used to wash twice and rinse twice.
Mm.
And me, I'm like,
Why
in
you
as
stress
much as when
yourself?
I'm rinsing and I can find, I'm sure that the soap salt is not there.
Mm.
I want to believe
Why
the
am
clothes is
I
well rinsed.
doing?
So I just do the twice washing and rinse once. So when she comes around, I'm funny enough, if she's not there, she won't even know I just rinsed once. Because
True.
the clothes will be the
It
way they
will be
are meant to
clean.
be,
It will
and
be how it's
she
supposed
you
to be.
get. But when she's there, she'll not be like, ah, ṣé bó ṣe máa, I'm in my dialect, ṣé bó ṣe máa lọ máa fọkànṣọ nílé ọkọ ẹ lélẹ́yìí tó máa lọ máa fọṣọ lẹ́ẹ̀mejì tó máa ṣọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan táṣọ ní mọ́. And I'll be like, what
Yeah.
makes you think I will even wash my husband's?
Do you get? In this era, I'm sorry, but this is exactly what I'm talking about with regards to the Instagram page that I want to create, right? But in this era that we have things that can be so simple, right?
Exactly.
If okay, if it's to sweep, we have vacuum cleaner. If it's what is it called to wash, we have a
Washing
washing
machine.
machine. So there are so many things that can be simplified. So why exactly do we still have this mentality that we have to suffer to get things done? And then for women, we have to play the part of superheroes. We have to be super women. We have to be strong. We have to be able to carry things. I don't know. No, let's go.
In all sincerity, but as it is as it seems, I don't know which word, how to put the word together,
Mm,
but as it seems like, oh, these demands and this expectation are a lot, but sometimes it kind of make us become a brave and strong person later
yeah.
on, and it enables us to like embody things that we probably ends up facing as time goes on,
Yeah.
because I cannot even imagine myself just waking up without no skill, no home training skills, and I'm expected to like, I mean,
Yeah.
create a home, so to
Mm.
say, because majority of the time, what the men does is give us a house and we make a
I will
home
make it home from
out
it.
of it.
Yeah.
And to make a home is not a child's play. It's just a sincere,
I've not
it's
been
just
married
a,
before, so I
but it's
don't.
even being an adult and having to like live alone.
Look,
I know what it takes. I know how it what it takes me to like be ensure that things are in order. Sometimes I just sit myself and I'm thinking of, oh, how do I stock the house? How do I ensure that I'm a lady, I'm not supposed to do these things way. I'm so, even when you want to have a visitor, you want to like make sure that your place is prim and proper
yeah.
and all that. And in all sincerity, it brings me to the knowledge of, okay, what if and I get to start having a home? The demands of having to like wake up very early to ensure that food is on the table.
The truth is, sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
of course.
The
No, go
truth
on.
is, and now that I'm even thinking about it, right? You know, the when we're growing up, we have the boy task and the girl task.
Yeah, of
But
course.
then, the truth is, as you're talking about the fact that when you have to live alone and all of that, that you have to do this and that, there is a bloodline. In fact, there's no line or there's no clear distance to tell you that okay, this is a boy task and this is a girl task. If you have to live alone, right? I suppose you are going to have to do
This things
all these
yourself.
things. Boy task, oh, get out of school, you are going to have to do all these things by yourself. So the question now is, will you be able to cope? Can you get these things done? And in as much as we may say that, oh, our home training, sometimes some of them we may we may find them not, we may not be excited about some of them, right? Or some of them are actually very important,
Very, very
very
important.
very important.
And growing up as a girl child, another thing that I feel like is a demand from us is the fact that you, the kind of dignity
Mm.
and, or should I say, and the integrity you are expected to have,
You need
like
to comport
the way
yourself.
you are meant to behave.
Mm.
Taking for instance, you can see a boy child, like, this no talk on down boy child. I mean, they are amazing people too. But what I'm saying is, you can see a boy child leave home, maybe let's say by 12 in the afternoon, and go out to play ball for a long time, and he's coming
Yeah.
back, let's say by 4, 6, and all. It might even like end up fighting there, that kind of thing. You dare not try it as a girl child. Why will you leave your
First
home
off,
for two
where are you
hours?
going to? Where are you going to? It's so easy for the male child to step out, right, and to be left to be free. Unlike the female child where you have to give some long ass excuse.
Exactly.
I've talk before you're even allowed to step out for 1 hour.
And I feel like it's actually something that is born, or that actually comes out as a result of the fact that there is a need for like an extra protection
Yes.
of, to a girl
Yes.
child. And
Yes.
we really, really are not talking down on these things, because they really are the things that made us who
Who we
we
are.
are now.
Yeah.
The kind of protection we get, the extra attention that is being put into ensuring that we are being
We're
brought
safe.
up the certain way we are being brought up,
Mm.
actually like mold us to who we are. It helps
Yeah.
us to like be conscious of our environment, of how we should act as a lady, how we should be seen out there. Eyes are on you as a lady. There are things that as a girl, as a lady, so to say, you do. You cannot go with it. Like, you
Yeah.
cannot go free with it. And a man can just come and do it and be like, it's a
So
man
scot
now.
free.
Do you get it? So those upgrading, those expectation, how you're expected to sit, how you're expected to talk, the kind of way you are expected to relate with a male outsider. You can't just see, as a girl child growing up, you can't just see one street brother, they tell you, brother, this thing, trying to be muchi muchi. The way your parents will beat you, they will beat you to the point like, do
But
you know these things and all that.
mm,
In as well as it has its disadvantage, sometimes maybe
yeah.
not, it doesn't have to be too rigid, and I feel like that's where majority of the parents are getting it wrong.
Yeah.
That we have to like make majority of that, make our girl child see that it's not like we're trying to say don't do this, or maybe restrain you, so to say, but
Yeah.
we are trying to protect you from certain things. Come
Yes.
out blunt, let us understand that, oh,
Yes.
this is it. I
Mm.
mean, I feel like, yeah, you can
Because
come
it's
in.
actually unfortunate that we live in a world where you have to shield the girl child more from certain things, from people that want to do bad things to them, right? And so sometimes you can't even blame these parents with the way they go on about it and how they hold their girl children, like, and just make sure that they are safe or kept inside, or in their head they think they are safe, and then in the female's head they would think that maybe they are moving them away from what they may term as the good life, right? But because of the world that we live in and the uncertainties and the way that everything is just too wicked and all of that, you can't really blame them. But then the thing is, like she said, the thing is, you need to let us know that this is the way this is, not push us to the wall and expect us to stay there without any real expectation, or sorry, any real explanation. help us understand that, oh, this is the way this is, and because of this you need to be strong,
You need to do things certain
yeah,
way,
you need to
because
do things in
if
a
you do
certain
it
way,
do
and
it
all of
the other
that.
way, you might
It
get
might turn into
hurt.
something else.
Yes, I feel like rather than being too rigid or being hard on a girl child,
Mm,
sit them down, correct them with words, the right words to say. It's
yeah.
not you coming and be like, oh, shouting on them and all that. Speak with them, not speak to them. And when you speak with them, it's a two different thing entirely. You ensure that they comprehend the message you're trying to like pass on to them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just you saying, oh, don't do this, because if you do this, you get this. Ensure that they are getting it, ensure that they are asking further questions, and ensure that you are elaborating it so that they have it, that it's not just something that you just come up with because you want to come up with it, but it's something that would actually help them on a long run.
Yeah.
So it enables them to understand more, and it doesn't make them feel bad, and it really, really do help. So I want to if you believe that our own set of parenting will be
It
better
will be
than
better.
the previous one. Not like our parents don't do a bad job bringing us up. I mean, that's actually the way they were also brought up,
Brought
and
up, yeah.
that's actually the way they felt like,
That's what they've
or
seen.
they thought is the best. Let me not say right. Is the best way to bring up a girl child. But we've grown, we've seen more. We majority of us are educated. We've experienced this thing firsthand, and we know
This
how
is
we
not
can make
what,
a better of
yeah,
it.
this is not
So
what we
I
want
want to
for other
believe that
people.
our generation of parenting will be better with the way we bring up our girl child and our boy child, not trying
Yes.
to like making a girl child feel like make them seems like they have to do it all,
Mm.
and the boy child just have to like enjoy himself
Enjoy
life
it,
and all that.
yeah, so that
Or maybe, oh, the boy child can just go out while the girl child should stay home and ensure the home is another, that kind of thing. So Victoria, is there anything at all that you feel like you should have known better while growing up as a girl child? Maybe, or is there anything that you actually knew growing up as a girl child that helped you? I mean, becoming the kind of person you are, even down to your personality or the way you do things.
I think my personality, I'm still learning who I am at this point in time, right? But I would say that first off, I grew up with a whole lot of women around me. So there was obviously this protection, and there was this um, outside the protection, there was also the need to do things in by themselves, and then there was also the need to have, there's this thing that's called the super woman complex, where women feel like they have to do a lot of things by themselves, they have to do a lot of work, they have to stress and all of that. And in all honesty, it's not always because you want to do it. It's because this is what life has dealt. This is the card that life has dealt you. But so growing up in that type of space, it just helped me understand, or it just gave me this idea at the back of my mind that, oh, I don't really have to rely on people to get things done. I can do most of these things myself. And so it has kind of shaped my mentality towards a lot of things.
So taking on burden on
Yeah,
yourself
yeah,
alone.
yeah. So I've actually like with, in fact, with regards to work, with regards to different aspects of my life, I've actually had to take up a lot of burden. I've actually had to feel like I had to be at the forefront, right? I had to be. I mean, they say the man is a leader, but then looking sometimes it feels like I have to be a leader, and I have to be the one at the front having to manage things. And it has, I've noticed that I can be really picky with things. For example, when I have to do something, or maybe there's a task ahead, and then we have to do something, and then somebody else is doing it, but then or let's say we're supposed to do something together and then somebody else does it, I'm like, I think I'd rather do this thing myself because I feel like you're not doing this thing properly, right way they're supposed to do it. And so I have to do it myself. And then what it just means is that I take up a lot of tasks. I try to do a lot of things. I want to always do and do and do and do.
Until you get one out.
Yes, until I get one out. But then recently, I've started coming to the conclusion that you know what, I can't heal myself. True. Exactly. Why am I always having to? Why do I always want to? Right. And now I'm just trying to slow down, do things at my own pace, try and do what I'm expected to do, what I am supposed to do. Try as much as possible to resist the urge to take all the tasks for myself and while I have people around that can support me. So yeah, I think
I think I can relate to that to a reasonable extent. I mean, being a first child,
yeah, a first
and
child syndrome as well. But that's it too.
being being a girl child. I mean, I had to take on a lot, down to having to ensure that the home is in order, the your siblings
Mm,
are doing the right thing at the right time. I mean, those things like tend to like tell on us in the sense that you
you feel
just
like you can do
you can do
everything
everything,
yourself.
but on the long run, you just have to breathe and
Yeah.
rest. And I feel like I've gotten to the point where I just want to be babied.
Honestly.
I also just
Honestly.
want to be babied. I just want to be taken care of. I just want to like chill. So
Relax.
yeah, I mean, like you said, you're discovering yourself, which is a very, very nice thing to do. I mean, like you said, so far not be our
Yes, so
So please,
try
if
it
you are
to our
out
best
there and you're
ability.
feeling the same way we are feeling, I want you to know that you're not alone. We've been there, we are still there, and we are trying to like get away from them. So
Yeah.
please rest. Be taken care of.
Sometimes you say
Even as a girl child, you self rest. Because on the long run, there's no award for sufferness.
yes, so
No award for sufferness.
now what's up
So it's
sufferness.
been an amazing section. In all we have to say in this section is just to say that we appreciate how we have been brought up as a girl child. I mean, it really, really molded us, and I want to believe that we, as the coming generation of parents, will do better with the way we bring up our girl child and our boy child. And I want to believe this adjustment, so to
Mm,
say, is going to like bring about a sane world, a sane community, a sane environment where we have more men out there that doesn't feel like some certain chores
I left
is
for
meant
women.
meant for women, and we women as well, we understand the concept of the fathers. As much as we want to shy away from it, there are some certain responsibility that we have to be up to. We have to be, when we are being thrown to, we have to do well, because it's not like that is all that is dear to us, but it's just part of our responsibility as being the gender that we are. Let me use that word. So it's been an amazing moment
Yeah,
with you
I'd also
guys.
like to say, okay, yeah, so I'd also like to say, well, shout out to all first female children. Because, in as much as I'm sure some people will be very tired of hearing first female children, first female children, first female
But
children.
trust me,
But the truth is, you people don't know what's going on in that space. You don't know how our brains have been wired in such a way that it's so hard for us to even ask for support, right? So yeah, shout out to first female children. Then another thing is Happy Children's Day in advance. Please, those people that call us, call me baby.
please do the
Please
needful.
do the needful as per.
Do the
I'm
needful.
just a girl. I'm just a child.
All
But yeah, this
right.
was a fun one.
Yeah, it is, and I really, really enjoy. I missed this actually.
Yeah.
So hoping to see you in our next video. But do
Hmm.
well to like, share,
And
and subscribe
subscribe.
to our channel.
Hmm.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.